Hi, everyone. So I understand that you're super stressed out about Edmentum, and I'm here to tell you, please don't stress out. Okay? So basically, what Edmentum is, it's everything you were doing before: vocabulary, English, reading, writing, curriculum, science, math, geometry, art appreciation. It's everything you had before digitized. And there's a way to clock their hours. So I'm showing you my screen right here. And here's just an example. So if I am high school, HSE, right? So I'll click on this. I'm going to go ahead and show you what this would be. And we add the courseware depending on what you want to do, right? And then we can just add students as we go. So I want to look at curriculum. And we just upload it. We ask them, what do you have for high school exit exam? And this is what it will give me. Everything digitized. I'm not doing anything. I just gave them the course, right? So if I want them to go ahead and work on figures of speech and writing tutorial, writing application, then there's a built-in test. Word detective tutorial, word application, then there's a test. Building vocabulary with context clues, and then there's a test, and then there's a homework. So if I click on any one of these, right, I'm a student. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at this, right? It's asking me to put flash on my computer, blah, blah, blah. Okay, it's loading. So you just give it a minute. And my hope is that I don't need any more flash using contextual clues. And then I can also have some words to use. It'll also give me a translate button. So if you have Spanish or Arabic or Vietnamese, some of you have used these tools before. And right now it's asking me to download Flash, which I'm not going to do. So it's really annoying. And so now we know that everybody's computer is going to need Flash. Flash is not available. Good to know. Thank you for that information. So on my other computer, it lets me do it just because we have something open to Flash. That's annoying. But I also have the similar thing for algebra. But notice what just happened to me. So if I need Flash on my computer, what are the students going to need? Flash on their computers, right? So this is just something that I have to tell Chuck in the IT department to make sure everything is up to date. Same thing for Algebra 1. So now I say I want a course in Algebra 1 or basic reading skills. I think I added this. This is pronouns. It gives them a test. Contractions. It gives them a test. Irregular verbs. It gives them a test. Anything you want. And you can lock that unit and you can release it when they're ready to move to the next one. So you have control of what they can do, or you can have them move through on a self-study, independent kind of way. So it doesn't matter what course it is, right? It really doesn't matter. So you just need to say, and what I'm doing is I'm inviting you. So there's a grade book, there's quick reports where students, I'll be able to see who's done what. I can add the roster. There's no students in there, so obviously there's no record bound. So you'll be able to see how many modules they completed. You'll be able to see how many hours they've done. This is a very powerful tool because it maps everything that we want to see in a data type of a way. So I just quickly added basic reading skills level 1. There are tons of levels. So just like you had writing workbooks and they were from 1950 and that's out of print, all of those things are here. So the same vendor that you had before, now they have something on here. So if I want to manage courses, I want to add a new section and I want it to be about history, I can search Plato courses. something that you're used to for the GED social studies test, for example. What if I want to work on that? So I call this section Play-Doh Social Studies, right? And I'm saying I'm going to have the start date be 8 of August. And I'm going to click this box that says, because of COVID times, I'm going to make no end date because it may take your students longer than a prescribed time, right? Okay. So I go into my, I'm going to add Bill and I'm going to add Kramer, right? I'm going to go ahead and add Aruzu. Now, you all might not use this, but I really want you all to have access to these classes. Because what if you get a student and then you're like, Jenna, I need this class. So I'm letting you know what that would look like, right? Okay, so I come down here, and this is just for your information. I'm not putting anything in there, right? I'm going to save this section without students because we can always add the students later. And now it shows up right here, Play-Doh course. Well, how do I see the curriculum, Jenna? So I'll click on this, right? And it's behind my head over here. And there's a little book of what I want to see. And that'll be a grade book. And it'll say, show me the curriculum, right? View curriculum. All right. And if I'm going too fast and I'm clickety click through too fast for you, I can easily walk you through all of these ideas. So you can see that these modules are ready-made for you. You really don't have to kill yourself reinventing the wheel on Canvas because it's done, right? So if I go here, here's a syllabus for you for a GED social studies test. It has an overview, right? General skills. It plays really nicely with Google Docs. It has all the units broken down for you, economics for you, has everything you need right there, okay? And it even has a pre-made syllabus for you, right? So if I go in, and probably because I have to update Flash, this is going to be problematic for me. But you can see there are historical choices, visual information tutorial, a master test, and these different ideas. So if I pull on these, I can move them around. Similar, right? If I want to change the different modules and do it out of order, similar to the way it is on Canvas, because they have a similar tool like that. Population, geography, and the physical environment. And there's a mastery test. And those are already pre-made. And it grades it for you. You don't have to do anything. They don't have to, you're not giving them paper. You're not making a folder with 17 different kinds of file cabinets. This will be in a report to your class, and you'll be able to make a summary. And you'll, of course, be able to print it, but we don't want to use paper. We don't want to print, right? So you can go through this. There's an answer key. You can answer it or unanswer it, and then you just click next. You move through. If I just click next, 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 and they'll give you all the answers. If I missed something, I can go back and it'll redirect me to a question I missed. So, oh, this would be a really cool thing for me to play around in. Yeah, Drew made you an account. So what you should do, right, is go through or give me titles, and then I'm the administrator for this, right? So I would just invite you all to use the curriculum. So you can see what different students are doing. You can see what they've done from year to year. And I think it's just really useful. It's a hugely powerful tool. So what we need to do as a department for ASE is go through and add all these different sections, right? Algebra, geometry, history, government, anything you want is there. Plato's writing courses, Plato's reading courses, anything you want is there. And then, in addition to this powerful tool, you also have a bunch of readers and novels in Burlington where the students can have accounts and they can read independently at home. They don't have to purchase or go to the library. They can. And I have all your reading lists and I have all the things that you used to use. But remember, the goal is to go digital. So there will be a new idea for the contracts and all the digital, the paper contracts that you guys used to do by the hundreds and reams of paper. That's being transferred into a digital world, right? So if the student wants to take the high school exit exam preparation, or they want to do writing, or the GED test for social studies, whatever they want to do, they have a contract for that. And we're going to digitize that contract. And all of this is going to live in your Google Drive under a student's name. All their reports and their folders, just like you created a file cabinet full of student files. Now you're going to create a folder that sits on the Google Drive that the guidance counselors can look at their progression. Norma can check their progression. Drew can check their progression. I can check their progression. So if we need to transfer them to a different state, if they have to move for their family and they want to continue their diploma, they have a record, and it's a digital record instead of a file cabinet full of lots of papers and binders of random little papers and slips and things. This is what other schools do. And so moving forward, this is what you need to play in. I'm going to send you this little video. It gives you a little taste. What is this Edmentum? One thing we need to do is make sure everybody's flash is up to date. So basically, I'm the program administrator. I'm managing all these courses. We're going to upload all the students. Actually, we already have students in here. I think we put in a bunch of students. There's about 800, 900 students we already added in here. So if I click on here, I can already see that some of them have been working in here before, and we bought the larger courseware to go with this, and now it really takes the teachers to go ahead and step into this world and really use it as your meat and potatoes to your courses. And sure, there's lots of supplemental things on Khan Academy and Ed Puzzle and Burlingame, and sure, we can get those other digital textbooks and different things like that for you. But the main thing that you should be using is this coursework, which really already has the modules for everything's ready-made. Digital quizzes, tests that get graded, it clocks their hours. All you have to do is run a report, and it's much easier. So going forward, we're definitely going to have to think about doing a training in more detail on Edmentum. All right, so always sending this to you, and Drew has your logon information. He sent it to you in a Gmail. Okay, great. Thanks.